Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to draft the upper side of this mono shoulder dress. So you see that drape around the shoulder side to the bodies. That's what I'm going to be showing you guys today about the dress. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. So I have my basic bodies here. So the first thing I'm going to do is to carve out the mono shoulder or the one shoulder hand side. So from this point, I'm going to be marking, this is my midpoint line here. So I'll mark the neck depth that I want. So I want to work with like 5 inches. So I'll be marking 5 inches here like so, and then these are regular 3-inch points. I'll connect these points to these 5 inches here. I'll just go ahead and connect that in a nice curve like so. Then I'll connect to this point. That's one of the armhole lines. Connect like so. Then I'm just going to go ahead and by the time we cut this out, the neck will gape. So I'm going to mark I'm going to be tightening this point by 1 inch or 1.5 inch. Let's just do 1.5. So I'm going to mark a dot around here that measures, since it's going to be on this side where it's going to have the one shoulder, so I'll mark 1.1 inch on this side like so, somewhere around here. Then I'll connect it to this bust like this. So 1 inch is out. Then I'll do ½ inch on this side. So I'll just mark ½ of an inch somewhere around here like so. Then I'll connect it here to this point here like so. Now this will help to tighten the neckline as well as her chest area. So I'll just cut out the one shoulder neck, but I'll leave some allowance. I'll still cut it out because I'm going to close that dart, so I'll leave that for the closing of the dart. So I'll grab my marking pen so I can close my dart. So for closing the dart, you have to open one side of it or open this side as well. So because when I close it, I'm going to move the dart to the underside, so I'll need to open the standard dart on the waist side as well as this side. So I'll move these darts to this point by simply closing here. So I'll just go ahead and close off this one. Then I close off this one. Closing it off is just moving this line where you cut to the other line at that exact same point. So you just go ahead and close. By the time you're done, now you can see this line did not meet this point again. So that was why I did not cut it off exactly at that when I was cutting off that side, this one as well. So what you just go ahead and do is to smoothen this line out so that it meets each other. So from this point, I'll smoothen here as well. So I'll just go ahead and trim off what I have left. we have our neckline. Our neckline is done. So now I'm going to be closing every other dart. So first off is to move these other darts to the waist as well. So I'll cut here open. That's the side bust dart. I'll move it to the waist as well. So I'm just going to close this one. So now this is it. So all our dart has been moved to the waist, but if you look at the dress, it does not have a dart line on the waist. Rather, it has some sort of like pleats going on around the shoulder to the armhole down to the bodies here. So for us to achieve that, we'll first off close off these darts. So when we close these darts like so, you can see there's a lot going on here, like it's creating room for the bust. So we'll just gently do that before we slash and spread those other darts. This will be a lot of work, but you just gently do that. Yeah, I've talked about it. So guys, at this point I'm going to be slashing, but before then I just opened up this dart again so that it's to give me ease while I'm slashing. You remember the other time I was just struggling with it, so it still remains. You can still tape this down before this process, but if I do that on my own you might not understand. So I'm just going to slash here up to this bust side here, then I stop. Then I'm at liberty to now close up this side. So I'll just go ahead and close it up. I have here closed and still everything is lying nicely. So to close this one, I'll go ahead and continue slashing, but before I even close up that, this dart is too wide, so I'm going to reduce that around here. So I'll slash this one to somewhere here. So by so doing, I can now close. I'll now go ahead and make another one up to this bust side here. Then I'll close this one. So I can move part of this dart and add another slash here. up to this point like so. So this is totally up to you. Then I'll transfer the pattern to this point, transfer it here. So what I'm going to be doing is to be taping. I'm going to tape this down. Like so. I'll just make a small dot on this side. Like so. At this point, you can go ahead and add your sewing allowances, but I'm not going to be doing that because I'll do that when I'm sewing my pattern together. So I'll just go ahead and cut my pattern. As I'm cutting, I would be making an extra side on every place where there's an opening, just so I know. So here's what we have at this point. By the time we sort of pleat or this one all up to this point here, we'll have enough room for the bust on this side, likewise this side. So we are going to bring our fabric now so we can cut. When I'm cutting, I'm going to be leaving out some allowances, but before then I'll be closing this dart just so it will help me to trim off some of these excesses of the brown paper, and then I'll know exactly where. You can see it created this angle that I have here, so I'll just go ahead and do the same thing all. So this is it about the tutorial. When you sew it, you have this, that you're going to be sewing it using the same pleat as you have on that pattern. So if you want to see how I cut out the lower side of the dress and probably how I sewed it, let me know in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and see you in my next video, guys. Bye.